All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker of Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable on 94.3 FM The Talker. I am here with my husband, fellow realtor, co-host, Pat Savani. How are you?
Oh, very good. How are you?
Excellent. We have with us Larry Suppan, owner of Automated Lifestyles. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you both for having me today.
We're so happy that you're here and that we are going to finally talk about this very fascinating topic. I'm looking forward to it. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m. and Sunday at 11:30 a.m. where we talk real estate. We have a full-time real estate office with many exceptional realtors who have been listing, selling, and appraising real estate for 50-plus years.
During the week, feel free to email us with any questions you have at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com, or you can give us a call at 570-344-6724. And when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab. We have a webcam on the roof, a 4K camera. You can get a look at Dunmore Corners and see what's going on in the bustling town of Dunmore.
Very interesting.
Yes.
View our listings, search the MLS listings, and listen to archive radio shows by going to mobile-friendly jruddy.com, jruddy.com. Look us up on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. And on that jruddy.com radio tab, we also have all our podcast apps listed where we feature the program on after the show airs on the weekend. Okay, Larry Suppan, owner of Automated Lifestyles. Tell me about who you are, what you do, where you go to do it, please.
Well, thank you. Yes. My background is I'm an electrical engineer by trade, and we started Automated Lifestyles in 2000. So we've been servicing, the regional area here for quite some time. A lot of experienced folks on our team, and we actually cover to southern New York, western New Jersey, northern part of Philadelphia, out by Williamsport. So we have a pretty large territory that we service and our customers,
as well as locally here.
Absolutely.
All right, and so it's about a 100-mile radius. Is
Yes.
that what you said? Okay, and so what is Automated Lifestyles?
Automated Lifestyles, that's a great question. It's something sometimes it's hard to describe in a few words, but basically we view ourselves as a technology solutions partner. So we, whether it be a homeowner or a business, technology, there's a lot to putting these systems together to make them valuable to a homeowner. While there's a lot of consumer grade equipment out there, in an ideal world, we want to make people's lives simpler. That's really what we're about. It should be simplifying your life, adding convenience, and not adding any heartache and headache. And with proper planning and proper products and experienced installation technicians, that's really how we partner with a homeowner or a business owner to say, what are you looking to accomplish? Whether that be your home or space, and then we understand the level of expectation, and then we can put together a technology solution for them.
Okay, so you work with people on homes, residential homes, and you also work with businesses.
That is correct.
You provide commercial services as well. And we're talking audio, video, security, all of those types of systems.
All the cool gadgets. He's got everything. Wait till you hear what he's got. He's got everything.
Yeah, let's give a rundown.
Yeah, so like you said, audio and video, of course, is a big one. People enjoy big screen televisions and great sound that comes with that. Lighting control is a big thing for us as well, and that's pretty much in talking about the environment of your space. So, the lighting levels, and we'll talk about that a little further, but, I'm going to just touch on that. But also
inside and outside the home.
Inside and outside, and also controlling natural light via shading as well. So we have artificial light control and natural light. Security, surveillance cameras, like you say, outdoor sound systems, outdoor entertainment spaces as well. Home networks, Wi-Fi, specifically comes into play with a lot of questions we get on. A lot of the systems also are useful for aging at home, and we can talk about that. Those are primarily the main systems that people will come talk to us about.
And telephone systems?
On the commercial side of things, yes, we do. Let's just say if it's a restaurant or a bar, audio, video, phone systems. We do all the infrastructure cabling, background audio, cameras.
And temperature control.
Temperature control
is huge.
That is a big one.
Yeah, okay. So let's start with the home. And I think before all the bells and whistles, it's really important to have a home network established. Let's talk about that. That's the foundation of everything, right?
That is correct, yes.
So me just having a Wi-Fi system in place probably isn't enough.
Yes, because when we talk about the network today in a home, a lot of times, so you go back 10 years ago, people might have had one Wi-Fi router in the home, and it served its purpose. Today, when you think of how many things that are on a network in your home today, and just even think of electronics. A lot of kids have phones and tablets and laptops and gaming systems, and so you could have 4 to 5 devices per person in the household. Then you start adding TVs, which weren't really on the network many years ago, and streaming and cameras and for us, a proper network design would be start with hardwiring, in an ideal world, your televisions. Because, if you're streaming today, everything's at 4K, and now things are going to be moving to 8K. That's a lot of data coming into your home for streaming. So if you can get those devices hardwired, and hardwire cameras as well, because those are also high-resolution devices, then it frees up your Wi-Fi network for your phones, your laptops, and your tablets, if that makes sense.
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes a lot of sense. So what's better? You brought up streaming. What's better, streaming or live TV?
Well, that's a great question, because there's a lot of variables that come into that. We actually have a blog on our website that talks about that. And, we also ask a lot of questions. Let's say if someone's really, really big into sports, they still may need some level of a cable package, cable DirecTV, just because of some of the limitations out there and watching out of market games or things like that. Let's say if you're a Yankees fan, for instance, the YES Network, if you want to watch the Yankee games, it's kind of hard to do that some cases without, you've Fubo TV or the YES Network are kind of your options. So, but if you're not a big sports fan, then maybe streaming might be the answer for you, because, between Netflix and Amazon Prime Video and Hulu, there's a lot of options there, but YouTube TV is really our favorite. We often go to YouTube TV and find that meets most people's needs. And we always say, hey, check out the free trial. There's a 14-day trial. Download it. If you think that it suits you and your family, then you can start having that conversation about moving fully to streaming.
You know what I discovered? We bought a TV, and it's a Roku TV. So I'm diddling around with all the Roku, and I go down, and I have an antenna on it, a digital antenna, and I go down and I hit live TV, and there is literally, because it was the Roku TV, there's literally like 300 channels that are pretty much duplicated on my Comcast. I was like, I had no idea that, and that's all free pretty much, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, I had registered with Roku and all of that, but it was free. I had no idea that even existed. And that comes in over the internet, right?
That is correct.
That's on my Wi-Fi. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and sometimes, depending if you're a fan of, let's say, the Steelers, for instance, and we have a lot of Steeler regional fans. I mean, you can still get an off-air antenna signal and watch, CBS broadcast, for instance, if you, depending on their sports teams, who your sports teams are, and supplement that with, if you can't find it on streaming, still get an off-air and then use the rest for streaming. So it's more of a lot of discovery questions to find out. There's no perfect answer for everyone, but as you talk to the homeowner, then the solution
You can figure it
starts
out.
to
Yeah.
come. Mhm.
All right. So let's talk about ways to enhance a home with smart integration systems.
Okay. Yeah. So a smart home technology, what does that mean, right? Because a lot of times I think there's a lot of confusion out there of what that is. You see a lot of commercials on television and things like that. To us, to Automated Lifestyles, we feel that a smart home technology means that you have one app to control your home, and basically you're managing your home from. And that's really an important thing to point out, I believe, because today, while there's a lot of devices that are connected to the internet, they come with their own app. But people don't want to open an app just for to control their temperature and then close that app and open a separate app to arm the security system and then close that app and open another app to look at the cameras. It's in a
One-stop shop app.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. What happens when I lose my phone?
Everything still would work locally. So, you
Not
have
that I lose my phone,
Right.
but I'm just saying, what if I lose?
you can log into things through a web browser on any computer
Okay.
and laptop and do it that way. And so it's kind of multifaceted. Again, if it's your work computer you want to log into, you can check on your home through there. If you have a tablet, have Android, iPhone.
Can you lock doors with some of this stuff too?
You can, and that's one of the nicer things on more of the professional systems. You do have, I know a lot of concern out there is
Security.
Security, right? You got kids. Did the kids lock the door when he left the house? That's my concern all the time.
Right. Yeah. So with the true connected home, all of these little, I'll call them mini subparts of the home, but they're all connected under this one app. So smart locks, the security system, cameras, your thermostats, temperature control, the garage door opener. Sometimes for lake homes, people have a smart water valve. So all of these things, of course, fire and smoke detectors and stuff, even integrating lighting, all of this comes together under one app, but they also work together. So you're kind of gaining some leverage of some systems. So let's just say, for instance, on a lake home, for example, with a true connected home, if the temperature is dropping, the thermostat knows that the temperature is dropping, it could send a signal to the smart water valve and say, hey, it's getting cold in here. We don't want to have any pipes burst. Let's just close the valve automatically. And I'll still send a text message to the homeowner, let them know what's going on. But that's really when you start gaining value, when you have all these systems working together as one.
That's funny because I was talking to my sister yesterday, and she's got the house down in Breezy on the beach, and this is exactly what we were talking about. She goes, oh, I'm here. I want to know if there's a water leak. What's the temperature inside the house? She goes, I was thinking about getting the Venetian blinds that open and close, and I can open and close those because I can let the heat in from the sun and close it at night and make the house look like I'm there, turn lights on and off. This is so if my sister's going to be listening to this on the podcast, so this is a shout out to Eileen. But anyway, this is exactly the stuff we were talking about.
Hi, Eileen.
Hi, Eileen.
And Jimmy.
Yeah, so I could probably give you tons of examples like that on things that we'll run into. I'll say one more example. For instance, let's just say people arriving in the evening, right, and it's dark. So we kind of would run a welcome scene that can happen automatically because the system, uses geofencing. So it can also know, hey, you've pulled in, the system is armed, so your garage door goes up. It can also then light a path into your kitchen so we can turn some lights on. That's a nice little feature if you're walking in with groceries or things like that. You never enter a dark home. There's a little bit of peace of mind there. So, that happens on a welcome scene. And then the alternative could be a goodbye scene. And a lot of times people like that one button that says goodbye. And they know, because like you were saying, you're wondering, hey, did the kids lock the door? Is the garage door shut? Are the lights off? All these little things, did we arm the security system? Well, when you hit that one button, all those functions happen. And if it doesn't happen, it tells you that, hey, the door didn't lock. So to go back and check on it.
Is my internet connection that I have, is that sufficient? Do I have to upgrade that? Do I need like some super high speed thing, or how does that work?
No, you don't need that for I'll say the smart home capability. A lot of this actually runs over a cellular link. So your cameras need to have an internet feed because of the amount of data. But that's one of the other nice features about these more professional systems is they're talking over a cellular connection. So if you lose the internet, which can happen, you still can look at your home remotely. You're not relying on the internet because the cellular connection can still send you a text message. So it still is monitoring the dropping temperatures, that the alarm is on. If they lose power, the system is battery back.
If a pipe bursts, it can detect the water in the house?
Yes. Yeah, the smart water valve actually can detect pinhole leaks on your whole system, so it's more than just an open close valve. It's actually, like I say, a leak detection system. Mm-hmm.
We turn off all the water.
Yeah, when we go away, I go downstairs. I'm the smart valve guy. I go down and turn the water off.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what if you lose cell service? If this is on cell service?
Well, it actually does both. So it's called dual path. So it's internet and cellular at the same time.
Okay.
So it's again, it's possible, but it's very unlikely to lose both at the same. So
both at the same time.
Kind of have options there.
All right. Well, that's good. And so, what other ways are there to enhance the home with smart integration solutions?
Yes, so the smart home integration that we were talking about, of all of those, I'll call that some home management features. So when whether you're away or at the office or on vacation, the things that we talked about right there give you some peace of mind just to monitor on. But when you're actually living inside the home, there's some really great things that would still tie into that same package. We were talking about, motorized shades, for instance. That's a great product to, let's just say, for instance, you have a hot tub jacuzzi or something, a jacuzzi tub, I'll say, in your bathroom. There's, again, maybe shades aren't for every location, but a great example might be in the master bath. A lot of times we'll see people will end up leaving those shades down all the time because they have to essentially step into the tub to raise and lower the shade, so it just becomes more convenient just to leave it down all the time. So then you've kind of lost the value of the window, But if you were to walk in there, and if you had a button there, or if it was even on a time clock, so let's say in my bathroom I have a morning button. Just walk in, I hit the morning button. It turns on the lights, it turns on the fan, lowers the shades, and whereas in the evening, if I have the evening button, I want the windows open. I want to get some whatever's light in, look outside and I don't need the fan on, so, maybe just the vanity sconces and things. So those types of experiences they do simplify your life and make it more enjoyable when you could run a scene for lighting and shading in a space. Same as a kitchen. I kind of view that as a kitchen. Like we would put a button on there that says cooking. So cooking would be really bright, because you're preparing food. You need, counter, you need to see what you're doing. But now, you kind of want to take that environment and it's now time to sit and enjoy dinner with your family. So now if you hit the dine button and the lights dim down and that whole scene, it just changes how you feel in that space and just starts to relax you. But, if you don't have that type of capability, we just see, again, people, we're all busy, right? So if someone to run around and dim 5 or 6 dimmers every time they just finish the meal, it's probably not going to happen. So they're going to be sitting in whatever light space it was in originally.
Jackie, would you be hitting the cook button that much? Or?
Oh, yes, all the time.
She'd be hitting
But I am thinking that shade over the sink is the one that up and down and up, and one of these times it's going to snap
Our
right
kitchen
up.
it's a big house, and she's running around. She comes in, she's because we have light switches all over, and she's switching that switch and this switch and that switch.
But that would be beautiful. One little button, right?
That's true.
And I'm thinking, and we're going to talk about this after the break. We're going to head towards the break right now, but this simplifies life, but I think there's so many people out there that are adverse to technology. So I want to talk about that when we come back, okay? So in the meantime, how does someone get in touch with Automated Lifestyles, please?
Yes, Automated Lifestyles, our phone number is 1-800-570-7789. Our technology consultants would love to speak with you about any questions that you have. And of course, our website is automated-lifestyles.com.
And on Facebook?
Absolutely. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those,
Great.
The links are on our webpage. Mm-hmm.
Don't go anywhere. You're listening to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21, Jack Ruddy Real Estate, and 94.3 FM The Talker. We'll be right back. When considering to sell or buy a home, why choose Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate? Let me tell you why. 70% of home buyers settle for the first agent they meet, and many regret it. 90% of home sellers hire an agent, but was it the right choice? Don't have agent remorse. I'm Jackie Ruddy, and I've been in and around the real estate business for most of my life. And at Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, we've been selling real estate for half a century. But we do not do it halfway. You deserve better than average. Average doesn't help you. We know it's all about you and what you need. Century 21 is the #1 in brand awareness, is the most recognized name in real estate, and is the most respected in the industry. In this market, if you dream big, you need to move fast. So it makes perfect sense to contact Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, 570-344-6724, and visit jruddy.com. That's JRUDDY.com. We are back with more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 FM The Talker. I'm Jackie Ruddy, broker, and with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
Yes, you are Jackie Ruddy.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, I am.
Yes, you are.
And we are with Larry Suppan, owner of Automated Lifestyles. We're having a phenomenal discussion with you today, Larry. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Before the break, I talked about how people have a real fear of technology. So your point in life is to add value to our homes, right? And bring in technology to simplify our lives. But there are people that really feel a genuine fear of technology. It paralyzes them. And then they shut their minds off to it. So they're not open to it. How many classes does someone have to take in order to know how to use these devices that you're installing in their home?
That's, the nice thing is they don't have to take any classes, and that's really falls on us to make it, if you kind of, I'll say, for instance, if you give someone, even like an 8-year-old a phone app, and if it's super easy, there's really no training. It should be intuitive. You should be able to look at the app. So like, the apps that we have, of course, we help you load the app and create username, basically get it all set up for you. And we do training in a sense of just familiarizing you with, how to use the home. And sometimes those custom buttons that people say, I want to add that goodbye button, but you can really look at it and just, look at the thermostats, touch the thermostat, raise and lower the temperature, hit the back button, go to the, look at the lock for the door, and want to unlock it, lock it. And it's all very intuitive, and so it is very simple. There's no user manual even provided, because it's not necessary.
So that good morning button that you push in the morning in your bathroom is done through your app on your phone. You don't have remote controls all over the house, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
So when our team is there, we'll ask somebody. And we'll show you if you can even edit these and create these yourself. You don't have to call us, but our goal is to give that value. So we'll say, hey, on this other project, we've done this, and would you like to do that? And we'll walk them through, and we'll create that with them and do a few of them. And if they feel, comfortable that they want to create some of their own buttons, then have at it. And if it's someone who doesn't feel comfortable, then tell us what you like, and we'll build that for you.
Now, we've had security experts on the radio before, internet security, and some of the questions they raised, they said a lot of these consumer-grade products, such as a smart refrigerator or a smart thermostat or some other device that they have in their house, they said some of these can be a real security concern, because they says if they can get into a dumb device, they can get onto your network. So do we have that problem with your stuff or no?
Well, no, the nice thing is, like I said, when you get away from some of the consumer grade products and get to some more of these professional products.
Are we talking about things that you would buy at a big box store
Right.
off
So
the
yours
shelf?
is yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're different.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes. So some of these other products have what's called encryption. And encryption is really a big thing, and that's, I'll say password protection and higher levels of security that you're not going to find so much on the consumer-facing devices. And all these systems, like subsystems, let's say thermostats, for instance. So the thermostat is really talking to the security panel directly, and you're actually logging into the security panel. So when you're looking at the system, it's all happening over the cloud. But these devices, even like say the garage door control and the smart water valve, since they're tied in to the overall security system with that one app, which is very secure, that gives your system the security and peace of mind that you have. Whereas all these other systems, let's say if you just buy a lock on your own and you're worried about, hey, someone breaking into my home and unlocking the door. I mean, I get that feeling, but again, it's not going to happen through this system because the lock is talking to the alarm panel, and that's encrypted. And then you have, credentials and two-factor authentication, all this stuff to get.
So you have layers of security.
Right. There's not just 10 devices banging out there on the internet that are open for people to get into.
That is correct.
With us today is Larry Suppan, owner of Automated Lifestyles. How does someone get in touch with you?
1-800-570-7789 is our primary number, and just follow the phone prompts to speak to a technology consultant. And we'd love to speak with you about, security, smart home, audio, video, lighting, all the things we're talking about today.
And you offer packages.
Yes, we do.
Okay. And you pretty much, it depends on the homeowner's needs, right? So everybody's different. There's not a cookie cutter approach to any one home, correct?
That is correct.
All right. Larry, would you come back next week so we could talk to you more about what you do, please?
I'd love to. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Pat?
Yes, we have 20 acres of land that's on Archibald Mountain Road in Jefferson Township for $359,000. This land, it's zoned residential, and it's ready to be developed. It has not been cleared. It has 335 feet of road frontage, and it goes back 1,400 feet and 1,100 feet. This property, it's 1.5 miles right down the road from Route 6, and it could be the perfect place to build you a dream compound. I would build a compound. I would need a lot of security and a lot of technology from you. Or you could just want to have a house without neighbors. It's perfect. I like either idea. That's 20 acres of land zoned residential on Archibald Mountain Road in Jefferson Township, just 2 minutes from the Casey Highway for $359,000, and that's listed by Marie Ann Duffy Mates of our office.
Thank you, Pat. I'd like to say hello to Carol Davis from Dunmore. She called in and just to tell us that she's so happy that she listens to our show every week and she enjoys it. She's very enthusiastic when she talks about it. We're so happy. I just recently, there's a lot of people that have been telling me this. So I'm thrilled that we have a loyal base who listens week after week. We add value to families out there and listeners. And this is why we continue doing what we do. The show probably about 12 years now.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Carol, for calling in and letting us know. We really appreciate that. I have the Greater Scranton Board of Realtors statistics for single-family homes that have sold year-to-date. We have less than 2 months of inventory on the market currently. Median list price is $210,000. That's up 13.5%. Median sales price year-to-date is $195,350. That's up 11.63%. And our days on market, no change year-to-date from last year, is 11 days on the market. We have sold listings are down year-to-date, almost 6%. Pending listings are down almost 7%. Active listings are down 12%. New listings that hit the market down 8%. Thanks for tuning in to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate. Remember to tune in next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. on 94.3 FM The Talker.